Alright, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel. We're at the shed and I am about to put the billet RB in the back of the Ram and then load the ute up. Obviously got a bit of stuff to move around with the utes, those two, and then pull this one out and then it's going to Jase at Tough Mount. So obviously I've got to get a few things for him, so I'm just taking this. I'm going to leave all the turbo manifolds and inlet manifold and all that sort of stuff here because he won't need that, I'm pretty sure, but if not I can drop that back around to him. And got the trans, the adapter plate, all that sort of stuff, so hopefully he'll get into that sort of next week or sort of late this week, and then in 3 weeks it's going to Phat Guts, Dan at Phat Guts, and he's going to finish all the cool piping, dump pipe, and dry sump tank, all that sort of jazz. Plumb it all up, get it going, get it ready, and then it'll be to Denny from Design White. So fair bit going on. Going to slap this in the back of the ute. Going to grab an old tyre, I've got one down there, so and get into it. Let's go. Alright, we are loaded up. Here it is. All sorted. Look at the thing. What I think we found is that, I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but we've got a nice big crack that goes all the way down here. So up for a new windshield without even doing anything, which is amazing. But anyway, she looks good. Engine, trans, adapter plate, engine stand. We are sorted and ready to roll. Let's head to Jase at Tough Mounts. Let's go. Alright, g'day guys. We are at Muscle Garage, so Jase's shop, Tough Mounts, and we're here with RBHX, and he's got the engine in, and we're going to go through what they had to do to get it all sorted because it looks unbelievable in here. Have a look at that. I'm so pumped with this, but bit of mucking around. We'll get Jase over here and he'll talk about the rack and what we've had to do. Here he is.
How are we, boys and girls?
All right, let's go through it. What do we have to do, mate?
We've had a lot of fun. So
Get that right.
Charlie says, mate, I need you to fit this motor. And we're going, yeah, cool, easy.
Yeah.
No. So what we've had to do is we've dropped the steering rack to get that out of the way, so we can get the motor and box back up there. Once we got that in place, it helped because we could actually sort of then figure out where we were. Yeah. The set of mounts that we had off the shelf weren't quite right with this front end. The pedestals aren't in the sort of aren't sort of exactly in the factory location.
Story of this whole journey, it's just things weren't quite right.
We're not quite there. So in the end, instead of messing around and just going, yeah, that'll do. Yeah. We've just started from scratch again. Yeah, so new, block mounts, custom bottom half where it bolts onto the pedestal. Yeah. So everything is custom there, which is cool. But the best part is, it fits perfect.
It's in.
And we've had them in the car, out of the car 3 times now. Yeah, okay. Just to make sure that they're right.
Oh, well, that's good.
So yeah, they're all marked specially. When Charlie pulls them off, you'll see that. They're marked driver side and passenger side, so nothing can, go in the wrong spots.
Yeah, okay.
But as soon as we've done that and had them in and out of the car twice, out powder coated them, come down, put them back in, and
perfect.
And nice amount of room.
Yeah.
Around your manifold to to the mounts.
Absolutely. That's awesome. There's room everywhere, and then all the oil feed and all that sort of stuff. It seems like there's still a fair bit of room.
Yeah,
and
so
all that sort of stuff.
Where the dry sump fittings come out from the sump, it's each side of the cross member. Yeah, yeah. So it's just like absolute perfect.
So you can see that just down there.
To run oil lines, the fittings are straight out of it now.
Perfect.
Now to get the rack in, this isn't right.
Yeah.
But we've at least spaced it so you can still steer it and everything else. But yeah, literally we've just made some spaces which dropped the rack and brought it forward.
Yeah.
Which still clears everything and it turns. However, yeah, the next guys at the fab shop can set up the bump and steering aspects.
Well, that's it, because that was the whole thing, because the car was put together at Adam's shop in parts with a standard RB and then with a wet sump, which was like really narrow. So and now the dry sump you'd think would be narrower or the same is not. So but and we're going to have the boys at Phat Guts, hopefully goes there next week, and they're going to have to cut those mounts off and then sort of bring them down a little bit or do whatever they do.
Do whatever they've got to do. They need to sort out the geometry for that.
Yeah.
Which is it's critical. It's super important.
Absolutely.
We want the car to handle and drive pleasant and all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
They may even like where it is. I don't know. But no, they'll sort that out because that's what they do.
Yeah, exactly. But trans is in as well, so we'll be able to measure up for the converter, which will be sweet. Yep. And then also we'll have measure up for because the thermo fans that came off it will not fit there. So because there's there is space, but we might have to just run one, I reckon.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
That should be alright, I reckon.
Also, you could. It'll go close.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
One side bigger on the other side, maybe.
Something like that. That is so good.
It's beautiful.
I love it. It looks that good. I mean, yeah, you're right, mate. Oh. We had to do a bit of work to the rocker cover, but to get that on there, and that has to be on there because look at it, it looks unreal. I'm super pumped with this. Can't thank Jason and the team enough for slotting this in and getting it done, and then it's going to go off to Phat Guts and get the rest sorted, which is like cooler piping. What else we got? So cooler piping, finish the dump, and then obviously the rack, making sure that fits all sweet and they can do all that sorted. And then we've got to put the electric power steering in. We've got to, which will go underneath this guard, underneath the bottom here, and then I want them to cut a hole in the tub, which is pretty heartbreaking, but that's where the battery is and it's a bit hard to get to. So, but we'll do that, and then a few other bits and pieces. The dry sump tank, they're going to sort out one of them, put it in the front here, so we might have to modify this a little bit, but this will all go back to Adam once it's all been completed and wired up, and then he'll be able to tidy everything up paint wise and body wise if there is any nicks or whatnot. So not a big deal, but with that aspect, but yeah, so we're getting there. It's in, and I am so excited. It's been a while for this thing, as you guys know, but we are getting there, and gonna put it on the trailer, take it back to the shed, measure up for the converter, and then it can go to fab. All right, guys, we are back at the shed, and we've got the HX up on the hoist, obviously. Just going to go over a few more things that we actually need to get done. That's going to actually happen at Fab. So we'll go through dry sump tank, hopefully go in here somewhere. So obviously this is going to need to be modified. Cooler piping running through here and then coming through here. Obviously we've got the intercooler here already. And then dump pipe, more cooler piping and all that sort of stuff going in. The rack, like we discussed with Jase, so we have just put in at the moment just that so we can steer around. We've got the thermo fans, we'll need to make up a bracket for that or just get some new narrow ones. I need to get another thing, because it's column shift, so it's still going to be column shift. We will get the boys to make up bracket to the trans, also with the wiring ECU and all that sort of stuff, get them to make brackets for that. Like we'll go up and have a look, but wiring and the column shift, obviously. So I want to get them to they'll make up the bracketry or whatever to make that work. Mount ECU and all that sort of stuff, and maybe a little screen, make a little bracket for the steering column. We'll go up. Very slow. Alrighty. So another thing we have to sort out is I have to get the drive plate for the trans before we can measure it all up. So the trans will have to come back out, but we will get it all sorted, also get the starter motor in there. And so yeah, dump needs to be done, and also going to make a bit of a ball horn that'll come out here, something like that, for when we go racing. And another thing, as I said, I think we might put the power steering pump in here and make up a bit of a box, because they're not very nice looking, and make it tucked away or whatnot. So maybe in there might be the way to go somehow, but I'm sure they can work that out. And like I said, we're going to cut a hole up here, because getting this out is going to be a bit of a nightmare somehow. I remember Adam said there was a bit of a trick to it, but I will just scratch literally everything if I did that. So what we're going to do is, get them to cut and just put a little latch on it so you can go up and forward. Sorry, open and close. And then I've got all the diff center. Everything is on that table over there, so that'll be going to the boys at Phat Guts. I'll get them to put everything in, make it all work, even like mount, hopefully, mount ECU and dash and all that sort of stuff. So when it goes to Denny from Design White, he basically just has to wire everything up, and then it's easy to sort of pull in and out. But yeah, so that's where we're at with the HX boys and girls. Might do that for that video. We will give you guys an update when it's a Dan. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.